What's up everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are on Kiko's account, and we're actually going to be doing an account optimization. So we're going to just jump right into it, and probably figure out a good Giants team and a good Dragons team. We don't have a whole lot of 6 stars to deal with, a good amount of 5-star maxes, so we could make the dungeon teams work. 6 starring is definitely a beneficial way to progress in the game, just to get those extra stats. Yeah. But we'll rune up the Lucian. Actually, I think I was thinking about taking runes off of your Beth. So who's your farmer? Oh, you actually have Gianna. So yeah, I never recommend people to have, just because you're trying to just showcase a monster that you have on your account. That's what the like back here is for. So put your Gianna back here, and then put your farmer up front, so that it's just polite for all your friends on your account to be able to use your strong farmer for them to be able to take advantage of. So yeah, so I would recommend Beth being your farmer, so then people could utilize it to level up their stuff and like Feyman and stuff like that. But yeah, so we'll get Lucian up here. Yeah, I want to give him the best fatal set though, so then he can clear the waves by himself. Actually, do I really want to do this? Because I'm probably going to do like the standardized Dragons team. Yeah, so I'll probably build the standardized Dragon team first. Instead of Megan, who could we use? You do have a 4-star Megan. I mean, we could use Lauren as a stripper instead of using Megan, but then you don't have somebody to give you attack buff. But Lauren does do attack bar pushback, and then you'll have Bella there for the strip as well, but really low accuracy. Okay. So we'll build the Dragons team. I do want to use Sigmaris as a damage dealer. So we'll put the really good fatal set on Sigmaris, because then you could also use Sigmaris in your Dragons team. And then once you want to speed it up to a faster dungeon team, then you'll have Lucian as a leader, and then you'll use Lucian as like your wave clear. Yeah, but I'll give the stronger set to Sigmaris, since you will be using Sigmaris in both Giants and Dragons. Alright, so we'll do, yeah, so we'll rune up your Sigmaris first. We're going to take the runes off of Beth for here. We'll see what else you have. For crit damage, alright, put that on there. Yeah, so I'm assuming Beth is your farmer, but I'll put different runes on your Beth. I don't know exactly what you use your Beth for, but I'll make sure that I put other runes on her. And then we just want to, oh, not attack percent for that. I didn't really like the attack percent slot 2s, but we'll do attack percent and crit rate for these runes. A little bit of tankiness would be okay. That's actually not bad. A little bit of speed in there too. I like this because it does have the HP percent, but this has bigger crit damage, and overall just stats that we're looking for. Yeah, so we'll just use this rune. And then look for one for crit rate for down here. Alright, so this actually has a pretty good crit rate on this rune. That puts us at 91% crit rate. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so let's look for an attack percent slot 2 that has decent stats on it. Doesn't really matter what it is. I mean, if we put an energy set on there, that would be nice. Just to give a little bit of tankiness to your Sigmaris. Yeah, we'll most likely save this blade rune for somebody else, because we don't really need a whole lot more crit rate on here. Yeah, because now we'll be at max. So now we'll do, hopefully we can find like an energy rune for slot 5 that has maybe like a big crit damage sub. That would actually be kind of nice. So it's now that we're maxed out with crit rate. So crit damage and attack percent is what we want. Don't need the crit rate. That's not important. Alright, so nothing with like too high subs. Do we have a really big like attack percent sub down here? Something with a little bit of speed would be okay. Alright, so no speed. The defense percent is not important. We don't need the crit rate. So maybe we could take off some of the crit rate on one of these other runes and prioritize it somewhere else. Alright, this will be fine. We're kind of slow. Actually, but we will have Vertihile, so that could be okay. Yeah, we'll test this out. We'll see how this one goes. Accuracy's up there to freeze the waves as well. Oh yeah, we're really slow. Alright, so we got Sigmaris done. Let's get Vertihile up here. We want Violent, put him on a crit rate, Violent rune. Yeah, so we'll put him on that. And then we want a speed slot too, preferably with some crit rate and some tanky subs. So this one I'll probably use for most likely like Belladon or Veramos, just to increase their tankiness. Which one do we want to give them here? I think we'll just do this one. That's fine. And now we just want crit rate for all these other runes. How's this? Alright, so this isn't bad. Has some speed on it. Really good crit rate sub. That could be good. And it has the HP on there for a little bit of tankiness, so I like that. What about down here? Not too much. It could work though. We're at 75% crit rate. I'm just looking for something with a little bit of speed, some crit rate, and just some tankiness. Overall tankiness is good. Yeah, we could use that as well. So what are we working with here? 7%. I like the speed on here, so I think I'm going to take that. Alright, so now we don't have to do Violent. We'll just look for like an HP percent, slot 6, with some crit rate on it. Alright, so none of these really have high crit rate subs. This has okay tankiness to it. So right here we're at 83%, so that means that we're going to need a crit rate sub down here with 17% or higher. That's 15, 16. Alright, so there's 19%. So we actually could take this off a Galleon, and then we'd be okay. Or we could just power this up. Yeah, we could just power up that rune. Let's see here. Yeah, so we could actually, yeah, we'll just take that off of him, and then for over here, we have 2% more crit rate, so we'll power up this rune, give ourselves a crit rate, and then we don't need any crit rate on this rune here, so then we can make him a little bit tankier, and do like an HP percent, with preferably some tanky stats on it. A little bit of speed, that's okay. We could use this. Yeah, so now we're at 98% crit rate, but we will power this rune up right here at least once. That'll give us the 3% that we're missing. So your Verd will be at 100% crit rate. Cool. Nice quick power up. So overall stats, not too bad. Once you 6-star him, then he'll get tankier as well. Yeah, and then he'll get also a little bit faster. Yeah, so there's the 100% crit rate, which is good. And then the faster he is, the more turns that he's going to be able to give your team. Because every time he crits, he will give your team 40%, well 20% attack bar boost. But since he hits twice with both his skill 1 and skill 2, then he will boost your attack bar by 40%. Alright, so now Verd and Sigmaris are done. Veramos. So your Bella, actually your Bella, I'm only going to make like one change. I'm just going to give her a violent speed slot 2, which will most likely be this rune here. Actually, do we have one that has a higher accuracy? Yeah, the overall tankiness is just fine, but we do need the accuracy up here. That's fine. Do we have another HP percent that we could stick on here? So she has that. This actually has a little bit more accuracy. It also has some speed on there too. So we might actually take this off and then put this one on. Yeah, so you do see that we are going to lose a little bit of tankiness, but that's okay, because we're going to be using her as a farmer. Alright, and then we're just going to look for speed and accuracy down here with a big HP or defense sub, but we want to try to hit 55% accuracy. So we'll look for speed and accuracy for down here. Don't need the crit damage. Overall, this actually isn't a bad rune. This could be okay, but only 9% more accuracy. Yeah, so I do want to try to hit as much accuracy as possible. So let's see here. What could we get for just a speed slot 2? And maybe we'll change out one of these slot 1 or slot 5. I mean slot 1 or slot 3 with something else. But we need speed and accuracy. Yeah, like this could work. That'll give us 10% more accuracy. But then we'll just need to change out for a violent rune for slot 1 or slot 3 that has speed and accuracy on it. Yeah, we probably don't want to take out that rune because it has well-balanced stats. So we could take out this one. Lose a speed, gain some HP, gain 1 accuracy, lose crit rate, but we don't need crit rate on Belladionne. So we're at 43%, so we actually need a lot more accuracy. So let's see, what do we have up here for high accuracy? Yeah, we could use this blade rune. It's probably not going to be used on anybody else. So yeah, so we could use this. That'll put us at 50. So that's actually not too bad. And then let's see if we have another violent rune for maybe down here. Ooh, it only has two speed though, so we're going to lose 11 speed. That's a little too much. So I'll have to just be okay with the 50% accuracy here. And then you could power this rune up to get that extra speed that we're looking for. Because you do want Bella to be around like plus 70 speed. Let's apply these changes, see how she looks. So 50 accuracy, yeah, so we do need we need more speed. Alright, so we're actually, okay, so we're actually missing speed down there. So let's see here. Do we have anything that we could put on that has a little bit of speed? Yeah, we could use that rune, but this will give us 11 more speed. So once we max this one out, then we'll actually be okay. Do we have any grinds? So we do have a couple speed grinds. Nothing that I really would like to use though. I don't want to waste them just for dungeon runs. Yeah, so you lose 12% more HP, and we're going to lose some defense, but gain speed, gain resistance, crit rate's the same, but we lose attack percent, which is fine. We don't need attack percent. But overall tankiness is still there. That's fine. We'll just keep it like this for now. So we'll try to power up this rune and gain a little bit more speed on it. It's just really nice to have Bella on a violent set, so then she can continuously rotate her heals and then also rotate that strip on skill 2, especially for dragons. So when the dragon's boss gets the immunity up from the right tower, then Bella will strip that immunity off. Because Bella does have smart heals and smart strip. Just a smart AI in general. Um, because if it's like Chasun or Colleen, they'll prioritize using their heal to give everybody like attack buff, which is really not useful when you're trying to run dungeons and you need a healer for when your monsters are low. They just don't provide that heal when you need it. But Bella will only heal when somebody reaches a certain threshold of health, which I think is like 60 or 70%, and then she'll prioritize her heal. So, yeah, we probably don't want to use too much mana powering up this rune. I was hoping to get a little bit more speed out of it, but it looks like the rune is just going to be a little bit of a pain. So we'll just leave it as it is right now. Because I still think that this will be fine. Alright. So now we need Veramos to be on a violent set. So we'll have him on a speed. Most likely it'll be this. Yeah, I'll put him on there. The HP percent, we'll give him this one. But we do want Veramos to be around 175 to 180 speed altogether. It does need to be tanky, so we'll give him that as well. Do we have defense percents? We do not. Okay. So something with speed will be good. Yeah, we can give him this. That'll be fine. That actually works. Yeah, don't need that. And we don't need that. Okay, so now with these bottom two runes, we could just look for anything with a little bit of speed on it, and then just a little bit of accuracy. Because he only needs like 10% more accuracy. Being able to put him on an energy set would be nice. This actually would be okay. So we'll power this up to plus 12, and then maybe we'll find another good energy rune for the other side, just to give him that HP, take advantage of the sets that you have. Yeah, so we'll power these ones up. Cool, so we hit the accuracy there, so that's good. So now that's pretty much the 10% that I was looking for, because you only really need them at 45%. You don't need them at the 55, because you're not looking to dot down the dragon's boss, which is a 55% accuracy threshold. But you are looking for 45%, so then you can use your Veramos in TOA, and then just like early dungeon farming teams with giants, when you're not utilizing damage to take down a boss, you're utilizing the continuous damage effects to take them down. So yeah, that's why the 45% accuracy is pretty important on Veramos. Sorry, gotta plug in my other device here. Yeah, so we're hoping for the speed rolls and the HP percents on this rune, and then okay, so we did get the accuracy roll. That's not too bad. So we'll have 50% accuracy, so maybe that'll alleviate the accuracy that we need to put on the other rune for the slot 5. So then we'll put speed, HP, and defense percent in the priority list. So then we just get a better rune for those stats on over there. That's why having high rolls in certain runes, certain what am I trying to say here? Certain attributes. So having high rolls in certain attributes, like HP, if you have like a 30% HP or a 30% like defense percent in one of your runes, then you're able to utilize that rune specifically for those stats, and then you don't have to look for those stats on another rune. So like accuracy is a really good one when you're trying to rune a monster up on like 45% accuracy. If you have a rune that has like 25% accuracy on it, then that means you only need 20% accuracy on 5 other runes. So it just alleviates the attributes needed on each rune, which is really nice. It just makes it easier to rune overall. But there's like certain stat thresholds that you do need to hit. And yeah, you'll learn those over time as well. But it's 45% throughout the entire game of needing for accuracy. Unless you go to dragons, then you need 55% accuracy. And then if you're doing PvP content, then the ones that you want to have like 85% accuracy on or higher are like your Okeanos, Hathor, Ganymede. Well, no, you don't need the 85% accuracy on Ganymede, so ignore that. But Galleon is one that you could have 85% accuracy on, so then he lands at AoE defense break. All right. Hopefully this will go to plus 12 here pretty soon. And then we're hoping for like a high defense percent roll just for overall tankiness. Crit damage is fine. Even like a flat HP would be okay. Flat defense, just to boost those stats. Cool. So we got a defense percent. So that'll go in there. And then down here, we're not looking for accuracy anymore, but we are still looking for some speed. But hopefully we can get like maybe some HP percent. That'd be good. Okay, so we do have one here. That's not a bad rune. And what about defense percent? Do you have any of those? Nothing I'm really looking for. So yeah, we'll go back to the HP percent, because we also get the energy set off of this, just to make Veramos tankier. He doesn't have to be like this tanky. It's not really that necessary, but we get some good speed out of it, and we get the stats that we're looking for. Cool. So there's Veramos, and once you power this up, then he'll be actually the exact speed, which he should be for dungeon runs. So if we have time in the end, then we'll power up his slot 2, and then also Belladion's slot 2. So now we have Veramos, Belladion, Sigmaris, Vertihile, and I was hoping that we could do Megan, but you only have Megan 4-starred, so she's just going to die in the dungeons really quickly. So we could just go ahead and use Fran for the attack buff, but that means that we're relying on Bella to strip just by herself. And if we don't land that strip, then we have to wait for Bella to rotate her skills for here. And yeah, it's every 3 turns. So I might just use Lauren instead, just for that strip. She provides a defense break as well. I mean, Belladion already provides a defense break, but Lauren will also do like attack bar pushback. And you have it runed up already. Oh yeah, you don't want... Alright, yeah, so we're going to re-rune your Lauren. Yeah, we'll re-rune the Lauren here. We're going to make her a little bit faster. Yeah, the accuracy is good. Yeah, you don't need the attack percent. That's not necessary. But hopefully this lands into big HP percent subs, because you do want Lauren to be pretty tanky. Yeah, because we're going to be utilizing her for the strip and for the attack bar pushback. But she also multi-hits, which is makes it more likely for the Giants boss to do his revenge attack. But you also want the high accuracy on here, so these accuracy rolls are actually pretty good. Yeah, but we're going to take her off that crit rate slot 4, and then we're going to put like an HP percent or a defense percent slot 4. And then I think there was an HP percent slot 6 though for that revenge rune, so we might be able to keep that on there. Having her on revenge is definitely okay. But you do want her to be fast. Yeah, the more turns she takes, the more attack bar pushback she can do. And then she'll also use her skill 2 to strip when needed. So then you'll have her and Belladion for the strip. But I actually prefer Megan to be used, because Megan uses the strip on the skill 2, provides the attack buff and the defense buff on her skill 3, and then also does the continuous damage effects with skill 1. Yeah, but that strip on skill 2 is really helpful. And then she also has elemental advantage in dragons, so then she has less possibilities of dying. And then she also does an attack bar boost with her skill 3 as well. So she has just a really good kit for dungeon farming, especially for dragons specifically. And then you'll want her to be fast for... You're already going to rune her fast for the dungeons, and then you want her to be fast to be an attack bar booster for like your AoE cleave teams. Just because not many monsters do an attack bar boost and also give you the attack buff. So it's pretty much just like her, Megan, and a few others. things like uh, the Fire Orion, the Brownie Magician, whatever it is. I forget his name. Yeah, but only a few monsters give you the attack buff and the attack bar boost. But you do want the attack buff in the dungeons eventually, because um, yeah, you want your Sigmars just to hit really hard, and providing that attack bar boost, I mean the attack buff, is really helpful. Alright, so we want some HP percents down here. So both of these are pretty good with the accuracy. I don't know how often you use Fran. I know you didn't want me to touch Gianna, and oh, you said don't unrune Gianna and Beth. So I already unruned Beth, but I'll put some good runes on her. Alright, and we do want your Lauren to be fast, tanky, overall versatility. So we're going to look for a speed down here. Yeah, and I'll make sure to put good runes on your Beth. So you won't have to worry about that. We might even make her better than what you had her. Possibility. Yeah, because I'm assuming that you're using Beth as your farmer. You might have her in some like AoE cleave teams as well, if you're doing cleave. I don't know if you are yet. Yeah, but you're probably using her as your Feynman farmer. So I'll make sure that she can clear Feynman hard, or Feynman hell on her own, on auto. And yeah, we'll just keep knocking this stuff out. Yeah, so we're going to do Veramos, Belladon, Sigmaris, Lauren, and I'll have to figure out one more monster to put in for your Giants team. And then for your Dragons team, though, then we're already going to have all this built. Prefer to have Megan in there over Lauren for the strip and the attack buff, like I was talking about earlier. But yeah, but we'll see how well it works with Lauren. With Lauren being fast with the strip and the attack bar pushback, hopefully the dragon's boss will just never be able to take a turn. That'd be really nice. So then when we don't have the attack buff up, we'll still be able to do pretty big damage. And we do have 100% crit rate on your Sigmaris, so it'll be really good for your farming team. Yeah, but your account's not ready for Necro yet, for like a Necro B10. But we could check out your TOA team as well. See how far that you got in TOA. Alright, so we gained some tankiness here. We're going to lose some attack, which is fine. You don't need Lauren to be a damage dealer. And then when you power up these runes, she just gets that much tankier, and then she'll get a little bit more speed as well. And she's on revenge, which is good. But yeah, it's also going to decrease her crit rate, which is actually really helpful, because if Lauren's really good for the TOA hard bosses, and you don't want her to have really high crit rate, because like Artemiel, when you crit on him, he'll revenge. But you want Lauren during that Artemiel stage, because she will defense break and do the heal block and do continuous attack bar pushback, which is really nice for the Artemiel stage. Yeah, so let's just see how this team is going to go. So we're going to take all these guys out. Veramos and Belladon will be in here. Your Vertihile will be in here as well. And then Sigmaris, and then your Lauren. Yeah, so typically I run this team, but without the Lauren, I would prefer to have Megan in there. Yeah, but since your Megan was 4-starred, I didn't want to put runes on her, because if she gets focused, then she's just going to die really easily. We'll just see how this goes. Yeah, and I saw your glory towers. They're like level 2. I would say just keep on working on your glory towers. Making sure that you get them up there, because when you have max glory towers, then it's pretty much just like having a free rune on your monsters. Because as you see here in the ally buffs, all of those towers that you've been leveling up go straight towards the effects in the dungeon run. Yeah, but this team is really good for focusing down the Dragon's boss. Because you have two strippers in here. You have Lauren and you have Bella Dion. But we just don't have the attack buff. Ooh, so this is going to hurt. Alright, so it's nice that Vertihile actually procced a lot there, so then he helped rotate everybody's skills and rotate their turns, because Sigmaris was actually really close to dying because of the defense break, and he was just getting focused. But yeah, but luckily, Vertihile is on 100% crit rate and on Violent. Man, they're just really harassing this Sigmaris. Yeah, but having a faster team is really beneficial. So then a fast Verd will help rotate your team's skills, and then yeah, to making sure that Bella rotates her skills on Violent, and just making sure she takes as many turns as possible, so then she could one strip, provide the defense break, and then also provide that heal. Excuse me. And then Veramos being able to provide that cleanse. Excuse me. Yeah, as you saw there, Bella was able to do the strip when the tower put the immunity up. So, Bella Dion and Megan are really good for dragons because they use their skill 2 to strip that will whenever the right tower puts the will up. And then Lauren is just in here because, yeah, Megan is not 5-starred or 6-starred. So she'll also be able to provide that strip. But so far, Bella Dion has been able to provide that strip each time that the towers put the immunity up. But the attack buff from the Megan is just really, really helpful. But as you see, the Dragon Boss hasn't been able to take a turn yet because Lauren is fast and keeps on pushing back the attack bar. And so typically this dungeon team would be able to clear in about 2 minutes. So this one is just taking a really long time just because we don't have the attack buff, and then Sigmaris is not 6-starred. And then, yeah, so you don't have Megan in here, and then Sigmaris is not 6-starred. So you're not dealing enough damage to really burst through the damage, through the, yeah, you're not able to burst through all that health yet. But eventually, once you 6-star your Sigmaris, and then you make Megan, then this team will work pretty well. It'll go down to 2 minutes, actually under 2 minutes. Alright, so for Giants, who are we going to use for Giants? So for Giants, we're going to do, I mean, Sigmaris will be in there. Do you have Rosbell built? No. Okay, and then Bella and Vero are definitely going to go in there. And then Lauren is okay to put in here as well, especially for the attack bar pushback. And then, who else do we want to put in here? Oh, we could do a ring. Oh, but she doesn't have runes on her either. Okay. Yeah, so we could get the attack buff here. I'll probably go for the HP lead instead of the attack percent lead. Yeah, so we'll get the attack buff through Fran, and since we have the immunity, that means that we probably won't need the Veramos. But if Sigmaris dies, yeah, so if Sigmaris dies, then we'll just need somebody to dot down the boss, and that's what Veramos will be there for. Hopefully, it won't be that necessary. Yeah, let's just see how this run goes. Yeah, so these teams aren't going to be very fast. I saw that you were trying to work on some sort of speed team. That just won't be possible. Not with the glory towers that you have currently, and not with the amount of 6-stars that you have. You're going to need a lot more 6-stars for speed teams. Yeah, but I do have other YouTube videos that do showcase progression like speed teams for Giants, Dragons, and Necro. So you could take a look at those videos and try to 6-star the monsters that I showcase in those videos for you to be able to start trying to progress for those speed teams. Yeah, but once you 6-star the Sigmaris, it's going to be able to clear waves by itself, almost. And then also just deal a lot of damage to the mid boss and the Giants and Dragons boss. Yeah, since Fran isn't putting up the attack buff and immunity, it's kind of nice that we have the Veramos in here because he's cleansing all of the defense breaks and the stuns. I am worried about the Giants boss though, because Sigmaris doesn't have a whole lot of health, and once that boss takes a turn, then Sigmaris is probably going to die. Yeah, so let's just see how this goes. So we're not landing the continuous damage effects. Well, so it's nice that Belladon also strips the the attack buff on the boss. So that's actually really beneficial. And we keep on pushing back the attack bar, so the Giants boss is almost never going to take a turn unless he kills Lauren. Yeah, and Lauren also stripped the attack buff right there, if you saw that too. Yeah, so hopefully this Dragon's boss just never takes a turn. And if he does, there's so many continuous damage effects from Veramos here that it won't even matter if he does take a turn. He'll just die automatically. So we do have 2 healers in here. So we actually could take out Belladon and put somebody else for like a defense breaker and damage dealer. Yeah, so 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Actually, we don't even need a defense breaker. We could just do another damage dealer. So who could we take out for a damage dealer in here? Like we could do Lucian, we could do a Rang. Yeah, since you have a Rang 6-starred, let's try to use her. I'm going to try to put some runes on her. We did say that we're going to rune your Beth, so I'll put some runes back on your Beth. I'll do that first. So do we have attack percents? So it's being used right there. What about crit damage? How are your blade runes? Alright, so we do have some crit damage blade runes. Some speed in there. So we'll put that in there. We might just take out these fatal sets. And what about attack percent? Cool, so we do have some attack percent in here as well. This has good crit rate on it. And it has a little bit of speed, so we'll take that. Yeah, you don't need this energy set though. We might just be able to go full blade on Oliver. Just to max out that the crit rate. So this actually has good crit damage on it. So I think I might take that. So we're at 57% crit rate. So actually if we put in another blade set with some decent alright, so we are going to lose some speed. But to be honest, I don't know what you're using your Beth for, or what you were using it for. If you're using it as a farmer, then we can make sure that you're still able to farm effectively with having this rune set up. Yeah, this will put you at 82% crit rate. So let's see. Is there anywhere else that we could get maybe a higher crit rate sub? Just to make it at 85%, that would be okay. So we do lose a little bit of speed here, and actually quite a bit of crit damage. This actually isn't too bad though. But we do lose the speed. Are we able to enchant? We cannot. Okay. Alright, so maybe we will go for a speed slot too, just to maintain that speed. We do lose quite a bit of attack percent though. Yeah, but we could do this. Oh, that's just too much. That's too much attack percent loss. Alright, so let's try... What attack percents do we have available? So we have here... What about crit damage do we have available? Let's have a little bit of speed. Actually, we could power this one up. If this goes into speed, then we can go back to the blade rune setup. Yeah, making sure that you have good dungeon farming teams should take priority over having just one good farmer. And I'm just assuming that you're using Beth as your farmer. And I actually have Beth as my farming unit as well. So I do approve of your choice of Beth being your farmer. Yeah, and then after we rune your Beth, we will go back and rune your Orang. And then we could probably have a double damage dealing Giants team. So the Giants team that we have currently for your account is going to be very successful. It's going to be consistent, and you won't have to worry about failed runs, stuff like that. But if you're trying to do speed runs at the moment, I just don't think it's going to work. Not with the limitations of the glory towers being kind of low, and then not having enough damage dealers 6-starred. But yeah, your Dragons team is going to be a lot faster if you could change out that Lauren for Megan. So I would say try to get Megan to 5-star, and then take your Lauren runes and put them on your Megan. You don't have to take the Revenge runes off of your Lauren, but put that Swift set that you have on there and put that on Megan, and then make sure Megan has about 55% accuracy, and then yeah, so make sure she has 55% accuracy, and then she's on speed, HP, and then she'll be tanky enough to do your Dragons team. And then your Dragons team will actually go below 2-minute runs. You'll be around like 1 minute and 50 seconds to 2 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. But also 6-star your Sigmaris. Sigmaris is just really useful and will be helpful for your Giants and Dragons speed runs. You'll get to a point where you could take out your Veramos, because you'll be killing the boss faster than Veramos actually needs to cleanse. So once you get to that point, you could take out Veramos and put in another damage dealer. So you could do a double damage dealer Dragons team, or you could do like a triple damage dealer Giants team. So you should be killing down the Giants boss within like 1 minute and 15 seconds once you could do 3 damage dealers, which I would say you could do like Lucian, Sigmaris, and maybe Orang, since you do have Orang 6-starred. It is useful. And then you could have Bella in there just for like maybe the defense break, like a Bella, Lauren, and then triple damage dealer for your Giants team. And then actually I wouldn't say that. You won't need Bella. You could do probably Fran and Lauren and then triple damage dealer, so then you can get the attack buff in there. And then you also have Lauren there for the attack bar pushback and then the defense break. So Fran, Lauren, Orang, Lucian, and Sigmaris for your Giants team. Once you 6-star Sigmaris. And then have oh, that's actually not bad. And then have for your Dragons team the Vertihile, Veramos, Bella, Sigmaris, and then Megan. And Megan you can keep at 5-star. You don't have to do 6-star on her. Yeah, so that'll be okay. Yeah, so you have a couple of attack percents here. Just speed helps out with a little bit of tankiness. So you could just power up these 2 runes on the slots 2 and 6. Her crit rate is up there. I'll say this is actually pretty solid. This will be good for the farming. Especially once you power up these 2 runes, she'll have over 1,000 attack, plus 1,000 attack. And her crit rate's up there too. But let's just do a run Feynman just to make sure. We'll just put it on hell mode. Put your Beth in there, and we'll just run 3 random whatever units that have no runes. That have runes? No. Actually, we don't want to do those. Just whatever monsters you're trying to power up at the moment. Cool. Then we'll just throw in Orion. Yeah, let's just see what it does on hard mode. I mean hell mode, just to make sure that you can still farm. We'll just see how successful it is. Yeah, clearing the waves, yeah, just fine. Beautiful. And dead. Alright, yeah, so you're still able to clear Fame and Hell. So I don't know if that's what you're using your Beth for, but yeah, you're definitely capable of clearing that, so that's not going to be an issue at all. Cool, getting some of your challenges done as well. Fancy. Yeah, let's go back in here. So your Beth is now fine. Even though you told me not to touch it, I didn't pay attention to that earlier, so we already took some of the runes off, put them on Sigmaris, and I think Sigmaris is going to take priority for your dungeon farming. Yeah, but let's get Orang in here, and we're going to want to put Orang on a damage dealer set. A really good base attack, so we're going to try to take advantage of that with a fatal set, if we can. But we do want good crit rate, and we do want attack percent here as well. We'll try to take some stuff off of your twins. I don't really think your twins are going to be utilized. So we'll take that off, take this off. Look for crit damage. Doesn't have to be crit rate on there. It's just nice if it is. So we can't find a crit damage one there, that's fine. Crit rate and crit damage, preferably with some speed, because I don't want her to be too slow. This has speed, crit rate, and attack percent, so that's actually pretty nice. So I think I'll level this one up. What about this down here? Oh, this is actually pretty good too. We'll take that. Yeah, I want to take advantage of the Fatal. So we will power this up to plus 12, see what this rolls into. Hopefully it rolls into at least one roll into speed, one roll into attack percent, and one roll into crit rate, and then the other one could just go into any one of those, and I'd be happy. Not flat HP. Ugh. It always goes into the one stat that you don't want it to go into. Gets frustrating. But yeah, but hopefully we dodge that flat HP now. We got it out of the way. Good. So there we go. Got the flat attack. I mean, not flat attack. Oh god. So we got the attack percent. So that's good. And then, yeah, so I want the crit rate and then the speed. So if we can go into one of each of those, I'd be very happy. Yeah, but I would like to get the full Fatal set on a ring, just to really take advantage of that her base attack, because it's really high. 944 is really high for a base attack. Cool, so did get a crit rate roll. It was low. Well, it's just mid. You could either go 3, 4, or 5% on a 5-star rune, and we got 4%, so that's not too bad. So hopefully we can get 4 or 5 speed on here. It's not going to be like the best rune, but it'll be utilized just for farming giants. Yeah, we won't be able to do any like R5 material just because you don't have the 6 stars available yet for R5. And but we might be able to squeeze in some TOA to see what you have. I think I saw a Jean. I don't know if you have Beretta. If you don't, then we'll try to figure something out. We'll see. Alright, so We didn't get a whole lot of speed off of there. We did get some flat HP. So, I mean, a flat HP is okay just for overall tankiness. So then you can survive in the dungeons. But yeah, but now we want to look for a crit damage rune, preferably with some crit rate on it, if we can, and some speed. So do we have anything with crit rate and speed? Okay, we do have this violent rune. I don't know if I necessarily want to use that. I guess it's only 6% crit rate. Yeah, I might just use it for now though, because we do need it. We need crit rate and speed, preferably. So something down here. Alright, so well, since we are de-runing your twins, we'll take this one, and then let's see if we have a blade rune crit damage down here, because that'll give us more crit rate. So we don't have the speed. Yeah, so our speed is kind of slow. I think overall, this is actually not too bad. So we'll utilize this. When you power this up, you got 21% more crit damage, so you'll be at 148, which is actually pretty good. And then you'll get even more attack when you power up these two runes here. Yeah, so now let's see where your Giants team will be at. Because now we could take out Bella, because now we have the defense break with Lauren, we have the attack buff with Fran. So now we'll put a Rang in here. So now we have 2 damage dealers. I still think we need the HP percent lead because we don't have a lot of tankiness. And yeah, but this will just make it faster. So then we don't have to worry about a whole lot of revenge procs from the Giants boss. So hopefully this will make it a little bit faster. And we'll see. But yeah, but we don't need Bella anymore for this dungeon, just because, yeah, we get the defense break and the attack bar pushback from Lauren. And then we have Veramos that's going to sit there and cleanse when we get defense broken. We have 2 damage dealers that do actually pretty decent damage. And then Fran should be able to give us the attack buff and the immunity, so then we don't get stunned, frozen during the waves. And then the attack buff, so then we just deal more damage to clear the waves faster. Yeah, the Orang just deals massive damage, which is awesome. Really high damage multipliers. Yeah, it's nice that Lauren is on revenge. Nice to get that attack bar pushback and the defense break. Yeah, so this is the only part I'm actually worried about in the dungeon, is just seeing what we do during the boss stage. Cool, so we got the immunity up, now the cleanse. So we don't have a strip besides Lauren. So if this boss does take a turn, which hopefully he doesn't, okay. Yeah, so now we don't have any more attack bar pushback, and we don't have a strip. So let's see how well we do now. Yeah, it looks like we're still doing a really good amount of damage. Perfect, beautiful. And if he even would have taken a turn, he had enough continuous damage effects to actually kill him. So now we're at 1 minute and 45 seconds. So that's actually pretty good. And then once you 6-star your Sigmaris, this is going to get even faster. Alright. And then we will run dragons one more time just to make sure that it's successful. I don't want to leave just because we had just one moment of success. But this dragons team is going to be a little slower, like I said, because we don't have... I mean, you have to have 2 strippers just in case one of them misses the strip on the dragons boss. You do need to strip the will as fast as possible. But since you don't have an attack buffer on this team, and you can't take out Bella and put Fran in, kind of like how we did in Giants, because you have to have the strip. You need 2 monsters that strip. So that's why we're using the Lauren here and the Bella Dion. Or else I would put in Fran, but yeah, she doesn't strip. which is why, again, I suggest having Megan in here. And then you'll be able to take out the Lauren, so then your Sigmaris will just hit really hard. Yeah, so that should be like your big takeaway from here. 6-star your Sigmaris, 5-star your Megan, and then that'll make your Dragons team to about 2 minutes. And then, yeah, so you're going to take out the Lauren and put Megan into this team. And then for your Giants team, when you 6-star your Sigmaris, then it's going to get even faster. So right now you're like 1 minute and 45 seconds. You'll probably get down to like 1 minute and 30 seconds, maybe even faster, depending on how hard you hit. But yeah, these runes aren't even maxed for your slots 2, 4, and 6. So these monsters are going to hit really hard once you max out those runes as well. Yeah, so your Giants and Dragons teams, so far they look like they're going to be very safe, very reliable. Okay, so Lauren did miss the strip there, and so did Bella. Okay, so now we are actually going to run into some issues here. So let's see if this team could actually maintain. Yeah, still missed the strip. Cool, so we got it there. But now it's just going to go right back up with the tower about to take a turn. Yeah, so this is going to be a true test of the grit of this team. Nice. Got a little bit of attack bar pushback, got some defense break going. But once the boss gets down to 30% HP, total HP, then he starts to deal massive damage. Alright, so we missed the strip again. Really not good. And that's the problem with being on like the 50% accuracy. Instead of 55%, that extra 5%, I mean, can and does make a difference. Yeah, we're not landing that defense break either. Good, but Lauren is, so that's nice. And Verd just in there just pumping out his attacks to give your team more turns by increasing their attack bar. Good, we got the strip there. Yeah, so it still looks, so even with all the trouble that we ran into with the second run, yeah, it did take quite a bit of time, but it is safe. And then once you 5-star the Megan, which shouldn't take you long at all, this will get a lot faster. Cool, so now we will look at your TOA team real quick. Because we're going to use Veramos, we're going to use Bella Dion. You could use Sigmaris, it's not tanky enough though, and the speed's not there, so never mind, we won't do that. Jean is an okay idea for TOA. Though you need to build some units for TOA in order to have a successful team. You don't have any like AoE continuous damage dealers. You have a lot of projects that you're working on. I'll try to say limit the amount of projects you're working on, and the advice I would give you is try to fuse Beretta. Yeah. Do you have a Beretta down here? You don't. Okay, so you're working on Mav, so that's good. But you also have Jean, so that's okay. Okay, yeah, so you do have Beretta. Alright. Yeah, so build your Beretta, awaken Beretta. That's going to be your TOA leader. And then you're going to have Veramos and Bella Dion, and then your Jean. Yeah. Let me go back through your units to see who you have. Yeah, so Veramos, Bella Dion, Beretta as the leader. There's those three. Who am I missing out of this team? Oh, do you have a Spectra? I do not see Spectra. Okay, but then you're going to use Jean, which you do have. And then instead of Spectra, who else could you use? I don't know. You do have the Homunculus. Are you skilling him up slowly? Actually, it's kind of weird that you have the Homunculus. Since I think your Beast teams, how were they? Okay, actually not too bad. So you're getting A's and B pluses. So yeah, so you could get your Homunculus up there. If you want to use that instead of using Spectra, that could be okay. Yeah, you're working on a lot of projects though, so you're spreading your account really thin by having so many things that you're trying to work on. Yeah, so for TOA, you'll have Veramos, Belladon, build your Beretta, and collect your mana here too. Um, where is it at? Yeah, build your Beretta. Oh, you have Basalt, so you could actually use that instead. You could use that instead of the Spectra. You could use Basalt, that'd be okay. You could have the skills. The inflicting the damage not that important, but decreasing their attack bar, just like how Spectra does, is really good. You don't have the attack speed slow, yeah, but you will have a secondary heal. Then I think you have stuns with skill 1. Oh, provoke with skill 1. Okay. Yeah, so that'll be fine. Oh, you have a Beretta right here. It's already maxed. You should use this one since it's already maxed instead of doing the other one. Yeah, but I don't see a Spectra. Okay. So overall, we'll run the Giants one more time just to make sure that it's successful. And then I would say go in there, keep on doing farming, do probably run Giants just because it's going to be your faster team for now. Yeah, so do Giants, and then do 5-star your Megan, and then 6-star your Sigmars to make sure that your Dragons team is about 2 minutes. And then once you 6-star your Sigmars, it's going to make sure that it's going to bring your Giants team down to probably like 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, and then start working on monsters for your TOA team. You can look up online on YouTube on like different monsters you want to build for TOA. But what I would suggest to you would be Beretta as your leader skill with that 19% speed lead. It's really nice for TOA because you want to be faster. The faster you are, the more attack bar manipulation you could do throughout your runs. And then you'll have Veramos in there, and then you'll have Belladon, and sorry, I just kind of blanked out there for a second because I was watching the run and I was like, wow, this isn't going well. But you'll have Veramos, Belladon, Beretta, your Jean, which is your light paladin, and then your since you don't have Spectra, then you could do like Basalt, which would be okay, and that'll be your TOA team. Yeah, but you do have a lot of projects that you're working on, which makes it hard to decide like where you want to go in the game. But since you now have a Giants team that's going to be under 2 minutes, especially after you power up these runes and then 6-star your Sigmars, it'll be way under. It'll be like 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then get your Megan up there, 5-star, put some runes on her, and then 6-star your Sigmars. So then your Giants and Dragons teams are both under 2 minutes, and then work on those TOA monsters as you progress. Sorry, my mind is like all over the place because I've been doing like non-stop account optimizations all day. So hopefully this helped guide you in the right direction. Thank you for reaching out to me to do your optimization. I'm sorry that I took the runes off your Beth, but I did show that Beth could still do hell mode on Feynman, so hopefully you're not too upset about that. I'd be more than happy to log on again in the future and do more optimizations for you. So yeah, continue doing farming. Your runes are actually pretty decent, and so just farm up some mana, and then if you want to contact me again in the future, I'll be more than happy to upgrade your account even further. So yeah, so do Megan, get her 5-star, and then switch out Megan for Lauren in your Dragons team, and then for your Giants team, 6-star your Sigmaris, because that's going to make your Giants and Dragons team a lot faster and safer as well. And then for TOA, you can keep Beretta at 5-star. Just awaken Beretta, keep him at 5-star, and You just want to put him on despair, a despair set, and then make sure he has 45% accuracy. Um, with Jean, you want your Jean to be on violent whatever. Just make sure she's on a violent set. Speed, HP, HP for your slots 2, 4, and 6. Um, then your Veramos and Bella won't even have to touch them. You could just put them right into your TOA team. And then carry over your Basalt and make sure Basalt is on a Despair set as well. Also with Speed, HP, HP. Or you could do Speed, HP, Defense, whichever gives you that 40% accuracy for Basalt. Yeah, that's all I have for this optimization. And yeah, thank you again for letting me do it, and I will see you in the next video.